Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Porch. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, NASCAR Cup Series All-Star Race tonight, Sunday night, under the lights at North Wilkesboro. Who would have thought 3 years ago we got North Wilkesboro back? This is the second All-Star race there. It's been announced in 2025 will be the third All-Star race. But you know what? Not only did North Wilkesboro come back last year, the old concrete, we have new concrete this year. And from the little bit that we saw in practice and in the truck race, it is quite a racy surface. They're racing from the wall to the apron, 3 wide, 2 at North Wilkesboro. That was an amazing little start. Not only that, we have the alternative tires, the reds. We have the yellow tires, which is the normal tires they run, and then we have the white letter rain tires, which we can race in wet conditions, not monsoon. So yeah, I think as long as that rain clears out, they get the track dry, I think we're going to have one hell of a race tonight, because that open is going to be on a green racetrack. We saw the green racetrack with the Truck Series. We saw, or actually no, the Truck Series is first. So we have the Truck Series resuming on a green racetrack. We saw the start on the green. It's just going to be wild. 1 year ago, the All-Star race, in the open, Josh Berry won in the 48, followed by Ty Gibbs, Eric Amarillo, Ryan Preece, AJ Allmendinger. The actual All-Star race itself was dominated by Kyle Larson. You can't say more than that. 4.5 second lead. If you remember right, in 1995, I believe it was, the last race to have a winner lap the entire field was at North Wilkesboro. So we know North Wilkesboro has been known for that kind of dominating in the past. I don't think anymore with this new asphalt. Bubba Wallace was second, and I love how his interview was like the best of the rest. Tyler Reddick, Chase Briscoe, Chase Elliott ran on the top 5. Ryan Blaney, Daniel Suarez, Eric Jones, Ty Gibbs, Joey Logano was the top 10 for that All-Star race last year. Average running position, Daniel Suarez 3.09, Kyle Larson 5.54, Chase Briscoe 5.0, Chase Elliott 6.17, Bubba Wallace 7.37, Denny Hamlin 7.49, Logano 7.70, Ryan Blaney 8.23, Chris Buescher 8.43, and Tyler Reddick 8.55. Now, obviously this year with the alternatives, with the new asphalt, so many variables here that's going to change it. And we know that the 3 stages for the All-Star race is 100 laps, 50, and 50. We know the actual open is 50 laps, a break then 50 laps. But on the main event, the All-Star race, they're going to make them start on the alternatives. I know that's an oxymoron, but the idea is to get those data points. So going forward, is this a viable option for NASCAR at short tracks and road courses? Is this the piece that we needed to help with short tracks and road courses? I've not been the one that's been jumping up and down and screaming that it's horrible, blah, blah, blah. Could it be better? Yes. Is it okay now? Yes. Is the intermediate stuff better? Yes. So there's always room for improvement. I'm not the, throw this car away person. I'm the person that's like, let's just improve it like they have every other car they brought out. So I think this could be the missing piece. We saw half-second faster laps on the alternatives in practice, but they fell off quicker than the regulars. So that's what we need. All right, now North Wilkesboro. 0.6 of a mile short track. 13-degree banking in the corners. So it's considered a flat track. So if you look at like Richmond and Martinsville, similar tracks. Joey Logano average finish 5.7. He's on the pole for the All-Star race. Kyle Larson 7.2. He won last year's All-Star race. Denny Hamlin 7.9. Ryan Blaney 9.6. Chase Elliott 9.6. Martin Truex Jr. 10.8. William Byron 11.1, Chase Briscoe 11.2, Christopher Bell 11.7, Ross Chastain 12.9. Now, if we look at all the flat tracks to the circuit, if you look at the Poconos, now Gateway is considered a flat track, but it is banked a little bit in the corners, kind of like North Wilkesboro. So if you look at what will be considered under the flat track mantra, there's been 22 races in the next gen car. Kyle Larson 8.59, Denny Hamlin 8.68, Joey Logano 9.45. Chase Elliott 10.15. Martin Truex Jr. 10.5. Ryan Blaney 11.7. William Byron 12.2. Christopher Bell 12.2. Ross Chastain 12.3. Kyle Larson 13.9. Now I know there's been a lot of talk this weekend about Kyle Larson. There's rules in place for driver changes, but I know everybody's like, oh, it's an all-star race. They shouldn't count. No, rules still count. They don't just get rid of the rules. Ask Jeff Gordon-Rayhammer about that. Is he going to make it in time? He's in the Fast 12 at Indy, which is awesome. Now, I've not been a big fan of Kyle Larson in the past. Do I think him doing the double Memorial Day weekend is pretty cool? Yeah, it was pretty neat when Tony did it. It's kind of neat when some other drivers did it. Tony's actually done the best on both races. Does he have the ability to win it? Yeah, money buys speed. When you're in the top tier equipment in both series, which he is, you have a chance. You have a fast car. You have a fast piece there. Do I think that he going for the pole today in Indy and misses the All-Star race is good for NASCAR? No, it's not. Should NASCAR postpone the All-Star race just to let him win the pole and concern himself on that? No, they shouldn't. NASCAR needs to run NASCAR the way NASCAR has. Kyle Larson needs to make the choice. Does he leave Indy and come run the All-Star race or not run the All-Star race? That's on Kyle Larson. That's on Motorsports. Now, should that affect anything next weekend? No. Now, come next weekend, if he gets delayed in Indy or whatever happens and he misses the start of the 600, that's a whole different ballgame. I got a whole different opinion on that, and a lot of people are going to like my opinion on that. Because NASCAR's rule is whoever starts the car gets the points. That's always been a rule. That goes back in time. We can show that's why we came up with the waiver rule, because drivers were cramming themselves in cars they shouldn't have been just to get the points. So when the playoffs came around, they came up with the waiver rule. I don't think that is a waiver, should get a waiver, in my personal opinion. The reason is he's making a choice to run into another series, not owned by NASCAR, not affiliated with NASCAR, nothing to do with NASCAR. He's making that choice. When you make a choice like that, there are consequences sometimes. Now, does he have the equipment to win both? Maybe. Can he be top 10 in Indy? Definitely. We'll see. But that's not the All-Star race. If he misses the All-Star race, he misses it. I don't think anyone else should, NASCAR rules is for the All-Star race. If you have it won, you have to go through the open. They didn't put the 5 in the open qualifying, and they could have done that. I think they could have done this differently. I think they could have got Just Now Guy or somebody, put the car in through the open. If he would have qualified, great. If he didn't qualify through the open, I think they would. I had to find out from NASCAR if they would still, if Larson took over the car, if they would still hold their spot. But that kind of keeps the 5 flex spot. I don't know if that was even possible, but I know Bob Pockers did a lot of reporting this weekend and said they weren't eligible to race in the open because they didn't go through the open qualifying. So, and no, SVG wasn't an option because of the size difference. Because you have the belts and the seats. You'd want somebody closer to his size in order to transition the car over to Kyle Larson. And it's not Kaulig's fault that SVG is not in the All-Star race because he won the race at Chicago last year. Remember, he won the race last year in a Trackhouse car. He is a Trackhouse driver. I don't understand why Chris Rice and Matt Kaulig are getting so much flack online for not putting SVG in the car when the part-time Cup car he drives won with AJ Allmendinger at Royalville, so AJ deserves to be in the All-Star race. It's simple as that, people. And even Chris Rice said that him and Ty Norris had conversations about putting the third car out there for SVG. They couldn't get sponsorship. Chris Rice said on TMD one morning, If somebody's willing to write him a $300,000 to $500,000 check, the sponsor SVG, he would put him in the All-Star race. But the current SVG sponsors did not want a non-points race. I mean, what do you do? But, all right. Just my opinion on a couple of things. So I think the All-Star race is going to be awesome. I think having 2 and 3 wide with North Wilkesboro, having the alternative tire, I think we're going to see comers and goers. We're going to see that first 100 laps. We're going to see what people do. My guess would be as soon as they can, some teams will get off the alternatives immediately. Some teams are going to stay on them as long as they can. You're going to see that comers and goers. You're going to have people in that last 50 laps going, let's go for it. But then if the tire only lasts 40 laps or 30 laps and you've gone for 50, then what? So I think we've learned that the Reds seem like they get off quicker versus the yellows, I guess we're calling them, the primary alternative. So I think it's going to be a great R&D session for that. I think it is going to be a valuable option going forward. Hopefully we have it at Iowa. Iowa can be the first test on actual points race. I think it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. Multiple groups racing in North Wilkesboro. Hey, what better can there be? All right, the picks to win, to move on, transfer from the Open. The top 2 transfer plus the fan vote. I'm picking 4 of I think 2 of these 4 will transfer. Alex Bowman, Bubba Wallace, Ty Gibbs, Noah Gragson. I think the fan vote, that's going to be an iffy one. I can see it coming down between Noah and Bubba. Hopefully, because I've been voting a lot for Bubba Wallace. Hopefully he can race his way in and I can worry about it like he did last year. Like last year he was in it, but he can run well like he did last year. The 4 picks to win the NASCAR 2024 All-Star Race: Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, Tyler Reddick. I can't not do it, even though he may not be there. Kyle Larson. We know what he did last year. I'm not sure he's going to do that this year, and here's why I think he may not. He's had 0 practice on this surface. He's had 0 data points on these tires on this surface. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Pole qualifying, the Fast 12 for Indies today, and then the last chance qualifier as well. So that should be fun. I might actually do an Indy 500 preview. We'll see. But that is next weekend is the big Memorial Day weekend. The Monaco, Indy, Charlotte triple header on Sunday. We got Xfinity and trucks. So it's going to be a fun weekend. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a 50-day Robert Sports Show. Your YouTube leader, sports channel content.